You're likely a fan of PlayStation content, and look, we get it. Our constant bashing of Phil Spencer, Xbox, and their poorest decisions gives you comfort in your choice, meaning Xbox sucks, and I made the right decisions in ignoring them this generation or whatever, according to these guys. Now, as we may sympathize with that sentiment, something else can be true as well. And that thing is, PlayStation leadership has made some very bonehead moves as of late. And trust me, I'm not one of those, the whole industry is in trouble talking heads, right? But from pricing to closing the gap on PC release dates and panic purchases, it's easy to say that the last few years at PlayStation's helm, while definitely being on top, haven't been the best decision-making wise. And then there's the handling of Concord and the closure of Firewalk Studios, which is a massive eye-opener in a distinct way. Now, what way is that? Well, we'll tackle all this on the next installment of the Spiel, our gaming hot topic video series. Buckle up and get ready for a good one. Because man, oh man, we got a lot to talk about. Let's get into it. What's up, people? It's your boy MM2K of Hard Knock Digital Culture, Cloud Dosage, MM2K Gaming, back again with another video. This one is called Concord Shows PlayStation Valuable Lessons Regarding Live Service Games. But before we get into all this, do us a huge favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, rock those bells for notifications, please, so you know when we're dropping these doses. All right, so we got to understand how we got here, right? And then we got to understand what the story is too. So let's do that. And then I'm going to give you my argument on what should be done instead over at PlayStation. And then we're going to get to our conclusion on Sony learning their lessons, hopefully, on live service interaction. Because what sparked this is we did a poll during a recent podcast that tackles this and other subject matters. And again, at the end of this, there will be a card that you can select to go check out that podcast if you want to see what we have to say in further discussion with the panel in regards to this. But we asked the gamers, like, why, like, what do you want Sony to do now that they've closed down Firewalk and Concord has been an abysmal failure? What do you want them to do? Do you want them to continue live service and do better? Or do you want them to just give it up altogether, just stick to their brand faithful? We're going to get into the results of that poll in a little bit, but first, let's do this. Let's talk about the story that is in front of us right now, and that is this. This is courtesy of GameIndustry.biz. It says Sony shuts down Neon Koi, which was their mobile company that didn't release anything yet, and Firewalk Studios. In an update to Sony employees, Herman Hulst, CEO, Studio Business Group Sony Interactive Entertainment, said that after evaluating our gaming's portfolio and status of our projects to ensure we are meeting near and long-term business priorities, it was making the difficult decision to close Neon Koi and Firewalk Studios. Says for Firewalk, Hulst said that Sony had spent considerable time these past few months exploring all of our options. It has determined that the best path forward is to permanently sunset the game and close the studio. So whether I think that was the best move or not, that's such a long piece to gnaw on, and that was better discussed in our podcast. So definitely check out our podcast when that link pops up. That being said, I want to talk about how we got here, because again, in relation to the poll that we did during that podcast, a lot of people said, no, stop with this games as a service stuff. It's not doing you any good. Go back to your bread and butter, which is live service games. Not live service games, which is single player games. I want to show you why that despite the majority of the people in our poll feeling that way, I don't necessarily think it's that easy for Sony. Let me show you something. This, now again, this is not a 1v1 match, but this is like a data collection site for users on PlayStation, right? And what it does is it gives a great snapshot of what are the top played games on PlayStation via their marketplace, right? And again, in discussing this during the podcast, Cold Blood had mentioned that, hey, you know, this site has some certain parameters around it to where it, you know, the data isn't a 1v1 match. And that is true. It's not a 1v1 match, but when you compare it to the most played list on PlayStation, this is eerily compatible for something that, you know, we can't rely on. So whoever set this data site up, they got some pretty good parameters, because when I look at the different stores, a lot of this matches up, right? And the common theme that you can see, whether you're looking at this or you're looking at what is on like the top played or the top paid for in the PlayStation stores, is that here, I'll just go through it with you. Let's go through the list here. Top 20, Fortnite, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, EA Sports, FC, Roblox, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, Grand Theft Auto, Minecraft, Overwatch 2, Rocket League, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Dead by Daylight, NBA 2K25, Apex Legends, Genshin Impact, Red Dead Redemption 2, EA Sports 24, Rust Console Edition, Destiny 2, Metaphor ReFantazio, Valorant. Round off the top 20. And look, this is a little bit behind the curve because we know that Black Ops 6, by the time of this recording, has released. That would be up there too. So what does this mean? This means that for the overwhelming majority, I want to say like 80+%, if I'm just doing some rough numbers, is games as a service. All right, 80% of this is games as a service. Of the titles that are games as a service, 2 or 3 that are listed here, which are Overwatch. I guess you consider Minecraft something like that, right? Overwatch, Minecraft, and Call of Duty. And really technically 4, because we know Black Ops 6 is going to be up here too. 4 out of what, roughly like 16 titles on here at least, belong to Microsoft, which is technically still their competitor, not so much as a big threat competitor, but technically still. So 4 of these titles are owned by their competitors. Only 1 is owned by them, which is Destiny 2. So here's what you can't forget, my friends. There's a reason why we're here where Sony is really thinking of games as a service. And I'm not a games as a service person. I mean, I like Division 2. I like PvE, games as a service games or whatever. I'm not a PvP type person. You know what I'm saying? I like open. It's not necessarily like games as a service. I like open world games, right? So none of these that are in this top 20, opposite of none of these games as a service games in the top 20, maybe, no, really none of them. None of them tantalize me at all. I've played Destiny 1 in the past. We've really been big on Destiny 1. Could never really get into Destiny 2. You know what I'm saying? But that's here nor there. All right. So you're not talking to someone that sympathizes with games as a service approach. I'm not going to play these games, even if Sony pursues them and they're successful in them. Right. I mean, I did like Helldivers 2 for the time that it, you know, really felt like it felt invigorating, but I'm not really a games as a service type of person in this fashion for these mainstream casual games as a service games. But again, top 20 is riddled with them. Sony only owns 1 of them that are up here. Okay. 4 of them are owned by their quote unquote competitor. So if you see where, and this is where we're going to get into how we got here, how Sony felt like they had to make this push, and why I can understand the move that they made. If you look here, you remember this? Probably don't, because you guys have short-term memory, man. You guys can only think in the first 5 minutes and not. Like, I got another video popping up about like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and how players are being reported. Like all the communities are doing this. I have short-term memory. Players are being reported, and even though there's some great numbers, launch numbers behind Black Ops 6, people are like, yeah, this is the sales everywhere for Black Ops 6 have been maximized. The data that's been shown hasn't shown that. It's up 60% on PlayStation. It's up a percentage on Steam, but on Xbox, there's no proof that sales haven't been cannibalized by Game Pass, and we don't know if that cannibalization is going to lead to a systemic Game Pass that's doing great in the long term. Why? Because we crunched the numbers, we did the math. You would have to be subscribed to Game Pass for 5 months in order for that to be the case. So just like I told people with Starfield, it's too early to tell, and they didn't believe me, and now Starfield is looked at a different light than it was at launch. The same thing could possibly happen with Black Ops 6 on Xbox if Game Pass subscribers aren't sustained. So you guys in all communities, you have a hard time looking at it the first 5 minutes of now. So you guys forgot this that I have on the screen right now, right? You forgot this. What's this? Sony lost $20 billion in market valuation after Microsoft just announced the ABK deal. For those of you that don't understand how business works and don't understand what that means the value of their stock went down by $20 billion just as something was being referenced. And if you weren't following the rebound since then, it took Sony 2 years to get that value back. 2 years. So of course, if you have a competitor that's really trying to gouge the industry and fleece the industry of these type of games that make up your store, you better have better control over what predominates in your store. So again, this is not something that Sony can ignore. I understand that, right? And I completely understand. Here, let's go through the timeline real quick. They lost $20 billion in evaluation, right? Jim Ryan, who first thought that, hey, look, Xbox ain't trying to do nothing with this. They're going third party. They're not trying to buck with us. Was found out real quick that originally Phil did. Phil was trying to buck with him. This is part of the email that was in the FTC trial where Jim Ryan is trying to get certain assurances from Microsoft, and they're like, we're not giving you any assurances beyond a couple years from now that these games will remain on your platform. Like Phil was trying to play hardball and make this stuff exclusive. That then led Jim Ryan to panic because he originally told the board at Sony, oh, there's nothing to worry about. Phil ain't gonna do that. I know what this guy's up to. To now completely being proven wrong, it caused him to panic. What did he do? That happened. This email is in August of 2022. In August of 2023, this dude buys the aforementioned Firewalk, an unproven studio that just got this one game under its helm that is still developing. Then, the following month, they go in and let everybody know that they secured investment. They got a whole bunch of money. They borrowed a whole bunch of money to do more live service stuff. But then the ABK deal closed. We know what happens. Microsoft realized we can't go exclusive with this stuff because Phil cannot lead us into any successful avenue under an exclusive strategy. He's failed miserably, and we're not going to keep writing them blind checks to fail. So we're going to go more to a publishing front, and where we're going to, we're going to do the best to come to you, the consumer, instead of trying to have you come to us, right? So now that the concerns and the fears have pretty much died down, Sony then in turn says, okay, well, we're still going to pursue games as a service, but we're not going to pursue it that hard. We're moving back a little bit. We're not in panic mode anymore. Where Herman Hulst sent out a letter back in February announcing that, right? So that's the super quick version of the history, the TLDR of the history, as it relates to what happened with Sony and why they were in such a panic over Concord. I mean, and getting Concord and Firewalk Studios and buying Bungie and Fair Games and all that other stuff, right? And again, it's an understandable approach because, yeah, the games that predominate your store, the top 20 games that are bringing you the swath of the money that you're making, aren't games that you control. Not good. when you got Microsoft out here with this humongous war chest looking to fleece the gaming community. So let's get a better control of it. And I applaud them realizing that maybe they got to scale it back, but they still got to pay back the money that they borrowed. For one, and for two, I don't think it's something that they can completely drop, because after these 10-year deals are done, who's to say what Microsoft may try again? You never know. You never know. They might get rid of Phil Spencer finally, get somebody in more competent that can compete, and they might give it another go. You never know. That being said, this is where Sony messed up. Even though approaching studios and working with them and securing money, that's all understandable. Here's where they messed up. Number one, they attempted to change their existing studios into games as a service provider. Number two, they bought studios like Firewalk without these studios proving themselves, and made, as reports indicate, huge financial commitments behind those purchases. And then lastly, especially when we talk about Concord, they've adopted a poor business model and a rollout cadence for these knockoff games that they bought in sheer panic of ABK. Here's what Sony should be doing instead. Like, secure the money, make the deals to try to make some games, and then this is what you do. Well, here's what you don't do. First and foremost, you don't convert your single player studios to do full games and service work. What is up, people? What is up, people? What is up, people? It is your boy MM2K. I'm here with Cold Blood Sensei. Cold Blood, you just had what, a new revelation over the last 24 hours? What's going on with you, brother?
Hey, I'm non-binary. What's up?
And on you have to watch our member stream to understand that one. I think that's all right. What's up, everybody? We're here with a new episode of NRO Pod. It's stupid. You got, yeah. You want to understand what the hell Cold Blood is talking about? Check out our member stream. We got a great show for you today. We got like a stacked show for you today. We're gonna be talking about the Xbox financials. They've been revealed, and there's a lot of capping going on, and of course, you know, we got to address some of that capping. Then you're gonna get a live reaction from us. Hideaki, Nishino and Herman Hulst sat down with Variety for an exclusive, and they're talking about the future of PlayStation and SIE. Looks like it's going to be an interesting read. We're going to react to that live here. And then lastly, we're going to talk about the games that I just put in this poll. We're asking everybody, which game are you looking forward to playing the most this weekend? We got Black Ops 6, Dragon Age, Monster Hunter, or other. All right. So definitely participate in that poll. Let us know what you think. With that said, Cold Blood, what games have you been playing this week, brother?
Almost none, bro.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I was sick most of the week.
Oh.
And I had night shift on top of that.
Oh, you were sick and had night shift. Holy shit.
Yeah.
My condolences, brother. God damn, I didn't know all that. God damn.
Well, what did I play? Well, I played the Monster Hunter beta.
Yeah, that looked dope.
Bro, that's a 10 out of 10.
He said he's already calling it. Already calling it. 10 out of 10. That's what's up. Yep. You Monster Hunter folks, looks like you guys do have a good game on your hands coming. What's the release date on that, Cold Blood?
February 28th, I think.
Oh, okay. Cool. Definitely check that one out. Yeah, and we got the stream here. Check it out on the channel. No, that was last week where you played. What was that game that shout out to Geek to Sneak? What was that game that Geek to Sneak gifted? What was it called? The last final call.
Shit. What was it called? The Forever Winter.
Yeah, okay, yep. You had a lot of fun with that too.
This is a PC game, bro.
PC gamers game.
Really, a PC game. Bro, I mean, make it more user friendly, and maybe it can be an interesting game. But fuck, is it bad if you try to play it right now? The performance is dog shit in this game on PC. The shooting feels so fucking bad. The enemy animations are all over the place. Like, nah. Right now, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing in the game. Besides getting some stuff on the map and run away to the fucking extraction point. Try not to die. That's all I got from this game for now.
Oh, that's crazy. Well, guys, and you hit that like button. I'm sorry, go ahead, Cold Blood. We got to get to 10 likes, y'all, so we can get on with the show. We got a lot of shit to talk about. Go ahead.
I guess the developers are listening, but it's nowhere near ready. Nowhere near.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. He said there's no shit. That motherfucker, he said that hot pocket's still gooey. Oh, golly. Oh, well, I mean. Yeah, I mean, but I don't mind. That's why for games like that, I don't mind early access because, people get their hands on it. They can help make it better before it's full release. But got to understand what you're getting into with early access, man. Could be getting a gooey hot pocket. Shout out to the chat. We thank y'all for coming today. We thank y'all for coming, even though we get it. A lot of y'all, why are you talking about Concord in that opener? Look, man, it is what it is. You guys got to get over it. We're now in a situation where, look, no feasible person can argue that Xbox is competing with PlayStation. Like, if anything, Xbox is showing why, or Microsoft is showing why they're going to be a hell of a publisher, right? And that's all fine and dandy. So there's no more, oh my gosh, am I going to get a win on Twitter? Any anti-PlayStation rhetoric from someone that's a fan of Xbox makes as much sense as someone from Ubisoft talking bad on Xbox. Like, Ubisoft is only as, they only see the influx of money or whatever that they see or have any success because of PlayStation. Remove their games from PlayStation and Ubisoft closes tomorrow. I mean, for those of y'all that want Ubisoft to close, that's how you get them to close. Convince PlayStation to boot them off the platform. The motherfuckers are shutting down tomorrow. Okay, so that's how ridiculous it is for Xbox at this point, based off of the catalog that they have, based off the catalog and ABK. That's actually the only reason why they're seeing upticks in the majority of their litmuses of their shit. We're gonna go over that. We're two likes away. We can get in the show. Xbox is competing, kinda. Mary Wilcox. That's what I'm saying. So because of that, we let's not get caught up in the hoopla. Oh, let's not say anything negative about PlayStation. It could hurt them competitively. Against who? Against who? The fucking Ouya? Amazon Luna? Like, whoa. All right. Well, let's see here. Let's read these comments, because the chat is popping. All right. Let's go here. Let's see. Social. First we got Phil Boss. He says, salute everybody. He says, you actually hop straight in. We're good with the main podcast. geek. We're good with the main podcast. Now it's the other podcast during the week. Because me and Cold Blood, look, when we in that member show, there's so much more shit that we talk about. We can't go public. We cannot go public with that shit. Hey, MM2K. Hello, everyone. This is Mary. We're here. This is Nevin Zor. Let's see here. I'm fine. Mary Wilcox has been playing Destiny 2 during the finals. Oh, okay. Ice Queen Gaming. We see you. We see you, baby, playing that Destiny 2. Oh, Juice, we ain't nobody try to hear this, man. He said, my bad, I'm late to the show. I had to do some push-ups. Hey, yo, Juice, stop you, between you and Cold Blood. Talk about unbinary and you talking this shit. Stop trying to get the channel banned, man. Yeah, this is crazy. Oh man. Okay. All right. Oh, we gotta. Thank God we got our 11. Like we get off the small talk. I don't have to worry about the channel getting shut down. Do us a huge favor too, y'all. Not that it's your job, but if you could do us a huge favor, it would mean a lot to us. YouTube is doing some things algorithm wise with the channel. Just tweet us out and hit that like button, please, if you haven't hit it already. That it lets them know that there is interest in the channel so they can put us back in the funnels. They just did something weird this weekend. A lot of it is my fault because we haven't had content consistently flowing, so they just kicked us out of the funnels. And they're not sharing our videos with people, even our members, so to help spur that back up. Because I think we got a good mix. Y'all agree? We got a good mix. We got gameplay videos, we got videos, and then we got the daily podcast. I think we got a good mix now that we can keep pursuing consistently. And I think YouTube understands what we're doing here now. But it's just a matter of Epic Dumpster Beer 1.5. Let me change that video. Oh, that was a fun game to play. Yeah, but I think they understand what we're doing now, but it's just the politics of having to deal with it. All right, we got Steady Flow in the house. Steady Flow says, what's up? Finishing Metaphor ReFantasio, PlayStation 4 and PS5 version. That's what's up. Steady Flow. We got Soldier for Life. It's long time no see, my friend. Good to see you. Says, what's up? MM2K and Cold Blood. What's going on? Good to see y'all, as always. Okay, we got our 12 likes. I think we can get on with the show. Let's start here. Cold Blood. Let's see here. Let me do it. We're not gonna go there yet. All right, so the Microsoft financials were released. The quarterly financials were released. It was Microsoft fiscal year 2025, quarter one. So what you guys got to remember is that the last quarter was actually the end of their 2024 fiscal year, which is different from the calendar year. So this is now beginning their year going into 2025. And these are the numbers that they relayed. Using, and this is Microsoft in totality, using 5.6 billion in quarterly gaming sales. The last 12 months figure is now above 23 million. So totally in gaming, they're at 23 million. There's still six. Oh, no. It's above the threshold. Hold on, I'm reading that wrong. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I looked at it totally wrong. This is the first time annual Microsoft gaming revenue is above this threshold. This is I estimate that upwards of 89% is now from Xbox content and services driven by Activision Blizzard integration. I would say that's true. I would say a large part of that as well is due to the stuff that is legacy Xbox, which is the Game Pass service. Is, don't forget, this fiscal quarter ended September 30th, 2024. Do you guys know what happened September 12th, 2024? You guys, let's see if anybody remembers what happens. See if somebody can get it right in the chat. What happened September 12th, 2024, is Game Pass went up in price. So all these people that are listening to Sachi and Adela say, oh yeah, we're getting more out of Game Pass than we ever have. We're beating you in the head with the cash register. Your skull is showing. It's not that all these people all of a sudden said, oh, Game Pass, Game Pass. They didn't all just jump on the Kid Smooth bandwagon. Motherfucker went up in price. And it went up in price in such a significant fashion that you had people that went from paying $9.99 or $14.99 to get day one stuff, you know, likely jump to the $20 tier. All right. That's a significant increase. So make sure you take that into consideration. But that's when Game Pass went up. So you see this, and you're seeing a variety of people say a bunch of different stuff. They're saying Xbox is doing great, doing fantastic. Here goes the actual breakdown. Gaming revenue is up 43%, 5.6 billion of total Xbox revenue in the quarter, all from Activision Blizzard, right? So here's what they're saying. When they talk about going up or going down, they compare this fiscal quarter to 2024's fiscal quarter. And of course, in quarter one, 2024 fiscal, there was no Activision Blizzard content. Now that there is, it's going up. But I think next quarter is the first quarter where they're comparing Activision Blizzard content included to a previous Activision Blizzard content. And that's where you might start seeing declines. But we'll see. I think Amy Hood mentioned decline somewhere. I couldn't find that data, but I think she had mentioned it. Xbox content and services is up 61%. Again, 53% of that is from Activision Blizzard, in line with the estimate, and a large part of that is because of the significant price hikes that affected Game Pass and Game Pass subscription. And of course, we got Xbox hardware down 29%, which again, when you take into consideration that Xbox content is down 29% from a previous historically low year, that's not good, because the bulk of Xbox money is coming from the console. They're not making it up anywhere else. Do you understand that, right? They're not making it up anywhere else. And the only saving grace for Xbox is elevations and dips with Activision. Now, I do expect, because next quarter is going to include Call of Duty, that you're going to see some great Activision ads, even if they are comparing two Activision infused quarters. We'll soon see. But here's the thing that people are saying some crazy stuff here. They're saying a bunch of crazy stuff, like shout out to Riskit for the biscuit. We actually, in our member show, had pulled up something that he said that we actually agree with, right? But there's some phraseology here that we question. Like, in 3 days, Call of Duty 2 made over $800 million. That might actually be an actual figure. I don't know where that was pulled from. Here's where the phraseology is questionable. They say Xbox Game Pass and content has risen 61%. But when we go to Dom's Playing and other people, they are letting you know that, no, this is, the bulk of this is from Activision Blizzard. But how it's framed here, it's worded, the sentence structure makes it seem like that Xbox is pushing some great stuff. No, they went up in price. And it's risen 61%. Has risen 61% has nothing to do with Call of Duty. That's as of September 30th, 2024, that all that fiscal year data is included. Was Call of Duty Black Ops 6 out? So no, it's nothing to do with Call of Duty. It's all because of the price hike. It seems like Black Ops 6 moved the needle. What has this got to do with Black Ops 6? You think people actually got Game Pass in advance for Black Ops 6 when they could have waited until Black Ops 6 hit? Like there's not Game Pass server space. Like this is an xCloud that we're talking about. Doesn't make any sense.
Wait, Moss. What needle was moved to what?
I don't know.
Did we expect Call of Duty to sell less? No.
Oh, yeah. What did you say? Remember what you said about it, Cold Blood? What did you say? In prediction of Black Ops 6.
You gotta be specific. What you mean by that?
Like when you were referencing how you expected it to perform.
Oh, exactly how it did. Less Xbox sets, more Game Pass subs.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. And you also said that you expected it to sell well everywhere else. Everybody said that. Even though, and you got your thoughts on Black Ops 6, right? But just even though if we didn't like it when we played it, say for instance we didn't, the way it was presented and the way it was talked about during the summer, we knew that the sales were going to be great. We knew that there were a lot of people that were going to finesse it on Game Pass. Oh, what do you mean by finesse? Cold Blood said it himself. There's a lot of people that are going to say, you gotta pay $70 for the campaign. I'm gonna just get it on Game Pass. Dragon Age Veilguard, which I was not going to buy. I was not going to spend my money on that. But I was like, oh, you know what? I forgot. Oh shit, I forgot all about EA Pro. Let me go finesse EA Pro, pay $17, and play the game for $17 instead of having to buy it. Now, in their case, they got at least $17 from me that they wouldn't have gotten any other way unless I got a code or something like that. Yeah, but Cold Blood had said exactly what happened. And there's no bigger Game Pass haters than us, even though we both have it. There are no bigger haters of Game Pass or the Game Pass strategy than us. I remember Cold Blood had said on this channel, this is going to shoot up Game Pass subscriptions around launch, right? Remember that, Cold Blood? Yeah, he even said that. The question is, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Moss, wait, I didn't understand. What should I remember?
No, remember when you said that? Oh yeah, this is Black Ops 6 going day and date, and the Game Pass is going to shoot up Game Pass subscriptions at launch.
Absolutely, but not by the extent these fucking bots are thinking.
Yeah, and I think the question is, how many of these people that got Black Ops 6, who got Game Pass on Black Ops 6, that are new subscribers, how many of them would have bought the game for $70 for the campaign or whatever? Because there's people that do that, who simply did what I did for Dragon Age Veilguard. Said, I ain't got to pay $70. I'm just going to finesse it. How many people did that? Versus how many people are going to get Game Pass and keep it for at least 5 months to make up for the $70 price tag? That's the big question. If history serves as a guide, they didn't do it for Starfield. That's why Starfield had all those high launch numbers, player engagement, and all that other shit, and then it easily fizzled. It quickly fizzled. Well, this is Black Ops 6 and people are liking it. Why won't they just buy it? Like, you got a lot of people that buy Black Ops 6 for the campaign, who are saying, Oh, that's what? Now, if there are a lot of people that get Game Pass who normally wouldn't have spent $1 towards the effort and or get Game Pass to try it out and then buy it, if there's enough of those transactions to supplement those that are finessing it, because believe you me, people are finessing it. That's always historically been the problem with Game Pass. If there's enough of those people to make up for the people that's finessing it, then you can celebrate Game Pass, because there's got to be more money made off of those Game Pass subscriptions minus the money that is lost for the finessing. And telling me that it was number one in total players, number one in hours played, and number one in total matches, that doesn't tell me that at all. That could be because everybody that already had Game Pass just decided to play Call of Duty and I already had it. You guys gotta get better at math and better at numbers and stop getting fooled. Xbox has been fooling y'all for years, showing numbers like this, and y'all think, oh shit, yeah, Starfield kicked ass, right? And then next thing you know, in 2024, the motherfuckers go multiplat, and you don't understand why. Why did it go multiplat? They went multiplat because the strategy of keeping Starfield exclusive, day and date Game Pass, and trying to bloat up the footprint of Xbox failed. It failed. If Starfield would have killed it, added a whole bunch of Game Pass subscriptions, those Game Pass subscriptions would have been sustained. You wouldn't see, what is this Project Latitude does not move forward. It doesn't. It only moves forward because trying to maintain exclusive content as part of one of your pillars is a failing proposition for Xbox. That's why the day and date that y'all found out when Indiana Jones is coming to Xbox, they mentioned the PlayStation version. So all I see here is that, yes, Black Ops 6 is a commercial success because it had a shit ton of sales on PlayStation and on PC. And wherever Game Pass was, you do see a lot of people, as we saw on Amazon, get a lot of 1 month access to play it. People who've already had access to Game Pass via whatever device that they already had. Proof in that pudding is you didn't see consoles go up, right? Right, Coldplay? You didn't see consoles shoot through the roof. And that's really the number one card on Amazon is the day one PC Ultimate card. Or not PC, Game Pass Ultimate card. If you're a PC gamer, you don't need Game Pass Ultimate. Coldblood, do you have Game Pass Ultimate?
Yes.
Oh, you do have Ultimate. Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
I know I'm a bad example.
Yeah, why? You know, now I'm gonna grill you. The show's over. Fuck that. We gotta go through an interview. Why?
Because when I did that whole
yep.
3 years of gold, and then I transformed it both into Ultimate.
Okay, I'm sorry.
There's no option to make it just PC.
Exactly, PC Game Pass. Okay, all right, okay. And I'm sorry. And if because I overtalked him, we could call off the National Guard and the UN. Yeah, I ain't gotta have an intervention with my brother. No, what it is he.
No, wait. No, wait. No. I retract that statement. I did it for xCloud.
Oh, you did it for. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right.
But man, what? That's a joke, man. Can't you? Can you tell it's a joke?
Record
Fuck,
it. Not only is he
fuck Excel.
binary, but non-binary, but he did it for what? He did it for xCloud. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh man. Whew. Golly. No. Cold Blood had taken his Xbox. He wisely did it. He's one of the people that I personally know that did this. Like I think in the best way possible is that he got a whole bunch of Xbox Live for the fucking cheap and just upgraded it for a super low price. And he's covered for Game Pass, Ultimate for years. Because again, you can't do that. Xbox, you know, PC Game Pass was so bare bones dry, and it wasn't possible to do it with Xbox Live to PC Game Pass that I'm not aware of it. But that it only made sense that he upgraded it to Ultimate, and he's really getting the best of both worlds. I didn't do that, so I have to go find cheap ass keys online, and I don't care for xCloud. I don't care to use xCloud at all, not right now. So I'm just subscribed to PC Game Pass. So I'll go find a cheap $6 key somewhere, use PC Game Pass, go about my business. They're talking, there's rumors about upgrades. I'll see it when I believe it. And when they make the rumors, I'll get PC Game Pass for a month on my other profile. And we'll test it out. You know what I mean? Guess who's returned, Cold Blood? True Virgil.
Hey, no, I went to J Gaming. Fuck.
I know Jay ain't coming back, bro. Jay ain't coming back. You embarrassed him, man.
I destroyed his ass.
You destroyed that motherfucker, man. He's not coming. He's not coming back. I'm not Jay Gaming. he was. I'm not Jay Gaming. I swear. My name is Paul. I'm not Jay Gaming. Oh man. True Virgil says, if y'all buying the Pro, y'all are in need of help. Y'all might be in need of help hooking it up. You know what I'm saying? And I might just pay.
No, bro, I might need help getting more games.
Yeah.
For that greatness.
Yeah, I might need help putting in my 2 terabyte. You know what I'm saying? Drive. Hold on, you know what? And I should know this before I go and buy that motherfucker today. What does the Pro come with 1 or 2 terabytes? It comes with 2?
Yep.
Oh shit. Oh man. Oh, well, I'm good. I'm golden. And it is. I'm gonna be honest. I've been a cheap motherfucker, but that's how good the PlayStation Cloud shit's been too. Because I didn't need to upgrade to 2 terabytes, but it was kind of rough. Doing the 1 terabyte. I wonder what xCloud is gonna look like. I mean, what the fuck? Holy shit! Help me. Yeah, I need help with that. I wonder what the PlayStation, bro. I didn't even think about this. I wonder what the fuck the PlayStation Cloud shit is going to look like on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Because it fucking looked awesome on the PlayStation 5. Like, have you guys tried?
The same.
There might be like some AI upscaling or some shit. Some pisser upscaling.
But for that, they would have to have the pros in their damn
well, I think they're not doing it the dumb way that Xbox is doing it. Like Xbox is actually putting their bottlenecked thingy in the cloud. They're probably just using regular server blades. And I'm wondering if even though they have regular PlayStation images coming through the Pro from the server blades or PlayStation 5, I wonder if the Pro is just going to try to upscale that image, kind of like what happens through NVIDIA GeForce's what is that fucking box that they use, man? The Shield. I wonder, bro, because the Shield within the Shield, it does AI upscaling. See, nobody talked about that because cloud gaming isn't, a popular subject matter to talk about. But I'm curious, that would be the shit. See, now y'all have tempted me. Fuck. I might just keep my PlayStation 5 just so I can test that. Oh, fuck. Y'all gonna get my ass kicked. Shit. Yeah, I think, you know what? I might just have to do that. I might just have to do that, bro. I might just keep my base PlayStation 5 and then get the Pro. Fuck. So y'all killing me here, man. He said, don't bother. But you know what? And I'm not going to say that even if there is a difference, the difference is going to be significant on the offset. But this type of stuff is important because there's this rhetoric going around that PlayStation ain't doing shit for the future, or their technologies are remedial or behind, and that's the farthest thing from the fucking truth, bro. It's just they don't jump out of the window. Oh yeah, we're gonna put all the games on the cloud day one. They don't jump out of the G-Ride for technologies that they haven't secured yet, like Xbox does. I'll see you later, Barry Wilcox. Microsoft is gaming always been trash. Andrew, why are you trying to fuck with me, bro? Why are you trying to fuck with me, bro? He said the 360 was simply GTA and Call of Duty market. Stop, bro. Stop trying to fuck with me, bro. John Wayne in the house is going on. You ain't know that. All right, okay. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the whole Black Ops 6 thing. Here goes something from Nib, though. Nib, I love Nib, man. This motherfucker, he writes whole thesis papers, but it should be on point, man. Here's Nib breaking this down. You ready for it? Here it goes. Microsoft's fiscal 25 quarter one results shows Activision Blizzard King posted a fourth quarter of operating loss in a row. Now I'm going to, before I go any further, I think he even says here he doesn't expect it to happen 3 days, but you got to understand they've been operating at a loss. Even though, see, you're being fooled. You're looking at these comparisons to last year. The comparisons are to last fiscal year are Xbox without ABK compared to Xbox with ABK. But when you segregate out the ABK business alone and look at what ABK has been doing, not ABK and Microsoft, but just ABK, they're operating at a loss. Let's continue. Losses for the full year since being under Microsoft now total $1.8 billion. Most of this is down to post-acquisition and integration costs, but what's interesting and also damning is how ABK costs are already spiraling beyond Microsoft's forecast. Holy shit. Microsoft's CFO, Amy Hood, this is the shit, risk it to the biscuit, ain't gonna tell you.
Mark, do you think they regret the purchase now?
If you would have asked me a couple of months ago, I would have said no. But now I'm gonna say yes, because I don't think they know what to do. Like, that's an interesting discussion, Cole. Like, let's just pause this on that for a second. Very interesting discussion. I'm gonna flip it back at you and ask you to get your thoughts on this. So Xbox bought ABK and they realized we fucking suck at a platform. We're better as a publisher. But if you're not a platform, you lose all that money that you get from Fortnite and all that, because that's where the bulk of their money is outside of their services. They lose out on all that money. Look at the fact that Microsoft, before they bought ABK, what they were bringing in like 18 billion. ABK was only bringing in 7 billion. We know ABK was selling way more games than Microsoft was selling, but Microsoft made a lot of fucking money off of, you know, DLC and shit like that people were buying on the platform. So my question is, I think they regret it now, but if you're Microsoft, what do you do? Because if you completely leave out, and that's why I think their message is muddy, but I wonder, but I'm asking you, if you're in the boardroom, what you would do if you let go of the platform completely and just sell games and become a publisher. You go from 18 billion to the 7 or 8 billion that Activision is doing. So what do you do in that scenario? I think that's the problem that they have. What would you do?
After me?
Yeah. What would you do if you're Microsoft and they're like, fuck. I mean, ABK is doing okay, but if we just publish games, we're only making 8 billion a year opposed to making 18 billion off of our platform.
Well, first move would be fire Phil Spencer.
Yeah.
Get that trash out of there.
Yeah.
And after that, plan whatever the fuck you're gonna do, because that sounds like a dilemma right now, bro.
Yeah.
For them.
Yeah. That's
like, yeah.
That I don't.
If you don't have a platform,
mm-hmm.
y'all don't get no fucking Fortnite money or nothing.
Yeah.
If you become only third-party publisher, well, you're gonna have less cost to have servers up and shit.
Yeah.
Probably. But I think the money that they get from all the fucking DLC and shit is just too much, so they can't really do it right now.
Yeah. I think I'm with you.
I think they are waiting to fucking strike again, most.
You think they're gonna buy somebody else? Ooh.
Yeah. Yep. So literally, they are the only ones getting fucking money out of the fucking industry at some point.
Yeah. But here's the thing that I didn't even think of. Okay, they make 10 billion more as a platform holder, but that's revenue. What if that 10 billion you're losing so much in trying to sell consoles and all the other xCloud and all the other shit that you do? What if you're actually that 10 billion, you're actually losing most of that in Game Pass, right? And fucking at the end of the day, your purest of purest profit would be out of the 8 billion. I don't know. It's a real here's what I would do. I would just do what I would be a glorified Ubisoft. Like what Ubisoft is doing. Like Ubisoft, they're going to sell their games. The majority of their games are going to be sold on consoles. It's just the way that it is. They survive off of consoles. However, they're trying to create avenues, like how Xbox has avenues to where you can do, now they got a cloud gaming service where you can use their cloud gaming service and get their games. Like it's still in beta. It's only one game in there from what I understand. But that's what they're going to do. So that way they don't have to share with anybody. Now still the vast majority of people are going to get Ubisoft games from PlayStation, right? But for those that are like, I don't need a console to play an Ubisoft game here, I'll get it directly from you. They'll either buy it on the cloud or they'll subscribe to Ubisoft Plus, and that's more money in their pocket. That's what I would do if I was Xbox. I would do that. That would be my main business, is just distributing games. And in those areas where I distribute games on my own, I would just have the Leviathan games. I would just have the Fortnites. I would just have the Rocket Leagues. I would have the Apex. I would just have the big. I wouldn't be worried about getting a game on my platform unless it was huge. because the people and free to play. That's it. If it's huge and or free to play, okay, then I'll get it. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because it's going to come to a point to where I'm going to have to pay for these ports. And Microsoft has to get out of the habit of paying people to put games there. They do. Because PlayStation only pays to keep it exclusive. So that's what Xbox got to do. They got to get out of the habit of paying people to do shit or to put games there. And I'm not saying everybody is paying, but I think you're running into more and more situations where people don't want to port, and then Xbox is now having to negotiate with them to port, and that's going to keep growing. Where, probably just even a generation ago, it wasn't even that serious. But because they so abysmally failed in trying to compete as a platform, and we've heard off the record people say, why bother? I think they got to get out of the habit of having people pay, and that's relying mostly on your 90% of the games that are being played on your services or your ecosystem or your games. The other 10% are these Leviathan games, the Maddens, the FIFA, those should remain. And that's it. In order for you to get another platform, especially how bad your ass is getting beaten this gen, you're going to have to pay for these ports, man. Unless a motherfucker knows, like, I'm trying to think. I can't. Like First Descendant. First Descendant, when they dropped this summer, they knew that their game was going to be in heavy rotation. Even though it's free to play, they was like, fuck it. Yeah, we'll drop on Xbox. We're definitely going to drop on Xbox too, because they knew their game was going to be in heavy rotation. But let's just say that was a paid for game. They're like, okay, it'll be worth it. We'll put it on Xbox too. And Xbox probably didn't have to pay for it because the developers of First Descendant said, you know what? No, we're definitely putting it on there. Because we know that your people, even though they have a tendency of just relying on Game Pass, they will interact with this game and we'll make a lot of money off of them too. Not as much as PlayStation, but enough to justify the port. So you ain't got to pay for it. But all these other games like, whatever these third-party games that release on these platforms that, only 13% of them sell on Xbox, they're going to start making Xbox pay for them ports. So if I'm Xbox, I'm just giving up that fight, man. I'm giving up that fight. I'm living off the Fortnite money, the Apex Legends money, of course, Call of Duty, which is their own property, Roblox and Rocket League and whatever else is out there, PUBG. I'm living off of that money as far as third-party games are concerned, and all the other shit I'm not worried about unless it's releasing in Game Pass. Which if I'm Xbox, I don't even know how much money I won't want to give out for Game Pass anymore. They're giving out $1 billion a year. Like, man, you got to draw some of that shit back. And the subscription service is not growing. You're seeing some peaks when some of these games, these heavily anticipated games, go in there, but we have yet to see a sustained peak. Where people are keeping it for months to justify, we put this day and date in Game Pass to draw you to our platform, draw you to our service, and you're staying in our service. So that's what makes it worth it. Them people just going and doing a month subscription, like for instance, Dragon Age Veilguard. Again, like I said, I finessed that game. Instead of paying the $60 for it, I finessed it for $17. That's $43 that they missed out on because I can just rent it, for $17 and go about my business.
Boss. I think if they really don't want to have no money lost on Call of Duty, All they gotta do is get rid of the 1 month and 3 month ways of paying Game Pass. Just have it at 6 months and a fucking year.
Yeah, 6 months in a year. Yeah. Yep.
Then you're definitely not losing no money, because you're gonna say, well, either subscribe to Game Pass for that long or buy the game.
Yep.
Your decision.
Yep. No, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. That's kind of like what NVIDIA NVIDIA GeForce Now, they do it monthly, but it's fucking $20 a month. But they didn't at first. At first, you had to either buy it for 6 months or buy it for a year. I totally agree with that, bro. I think that's what they need to do. I totally agree. That's what they need to do. And that way you're like, okay. Well, it is what it is. So if I'm going to get this Game Pass thing, I can't finesse the game. So yeah, they got to do something else, because again, like I said, I forget that's the game for $17 and go about my business. They lose out. They lose out. And how many people, I know you guys on the other end of the mic, you're saying, well, what about the people that would have never spent a dollar towards this? How many of those people are out there that actually did this? Because I'm not seeing I'm not seeing consoles being sold.
Small. They can have that argument with fucking Indiana Jones, but not with Call of Duty. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
That's some bullshit.
Yep. I mean, there's many indicators on why they can't have that argument. We go on Amazon. We see that in the top 5, 1 month Game Pass subscription, Game Pass Ultimate subscriptions are in the top 5. Xbox consoles are fucking nowhere. Not even the Series S. They're nowhere. So these are people that already have access to a device to play Game Pass. Particularly console people if they're getting Ultimate. Because trust me, PC people, they already know, all I need is PC Game Pass. So these are console people that said, you know what, fuck it, I'm letting my Game Pass subscription lapse. Oh, but Call of Duty's coming? Okay, now I'll get it. I'm gonna finesse it for $17. Okay, I'm gonna go about my business. But yeah, no, great question, bro. Because that's the dilemma. And I think that's the dilemma that Xbox is in. That's why they keep throwing different shit out here. Oh, we're coming out with a handheld. Oh, the technical Marvel Leap. Oh, Project Keystone. Oh, the cloud. You're going to indoctrinate it or evangelize it. Halo because of the cloud. They're all over the fucking place, man. Like a dope fiend. They're all over the place. Because they don't know what they're going to do. They know what they can't do. That's compete with PlayStation. That's all that they know. They know they can't compete with PlayStation, and they know they can't survive without PlayStation when it comes to ABK. So to answer your question, I think here's what I will say, bro. Here's what I will say. I think Satya Nadella wishes that they never did that. Because even if they go just full publisher, they're losing out on a lot of platform money. And that now they need PlayStation. And as Nib is showing you, they're operating at losses. MS expected 900 million of said costs, and so they expected a $900 million loss in fiscal year 24 quarter 3. They actually lost 940 million. They expected 900 million again. In fiscal 24 quarter 4, they lost another 940 million. MS expected ABK to finally turn a profit, and this reported quarter, when the costs were $900 million. That's $440 million in loss. So Microsoft expected ABK to post 3/4 of acquisition integration relating totaling 2.2 billion before turning profit. In reality, they posted 4/4 integration related totaling 3.92 billion, and they still have yet to profit. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
So wait, did I get that right?
What'd you say?
No, wait, did I get that right? They lost as much money as Sony did on Concord? How? How?
I guess ABK's underperforming too. They've lost, like the ABK division. Oh, I don't know. No. I think they were expecting profits to be higher than what they are on PlayStation. I mean, on ABK than what they actually were, because they probably were just looking at trends and they were like, okay, this is what this normally brings in, and here's what it could be. I think a lot of it is there could have been a slowdown of Activision Blizzard purchases because people were expecting shit to hit Game Pass. That's the only way I could see them losing money. Now, some of this is integration costs, but they laid off a whole fucking third world country and shit. But a lot of this is integration costs. But still, sales related too. How are you? And a lot of it has to be sales related because they expected to bring in more money. They're relying on the sales because they already know how much they're going to save in laying people off, because that number is static. So the only other thing that isn't static, that's variable, is how much you're going to get in sales. And they're looking like, oh, we're going to get. And I think what has happened is because it's the Game Pass effect. People believe or anticipate things going to Game Pass, so they're like, I'm not going to buy this property. I'm not going to buy as much Diablo as I could have bought. Now, I know that they posted some numbers of what Diablo did. The expectations of Diablo could have been higher. I'm not going to buy this game or buy that. Or it just could be the cannibalization of sales, purely on Xbox. And I think this spills over to PC too, because now they're expecting this shit to hit PC Game Pass. So it's not all just Xbox, folks. There could be a lot of people that are just like, well, because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm one of them. I was contemplating buying Diablo. Then the deal went through. Like, I'm not buying that shit. Not buying it. That's why, and I don't have to because it's in Game Pass. I already have Game Pass. So now you've cannibalized a sale. What is it? They lost 440 million? Let's do the math. Let's just theorize. It's just off of their AAA game sales alone. 440 million divided by 70. That's just 6 million people. All you simply need is 6 million people. 6.3 to be exact, to say, you know what, Cold Blood? I was gonna buy Diablo. Or, you know what? I'm usually late to the game buying Call of Duty. But because this shit is coming to Xbox, why bother? Now, Cold Blood, or chat, I don't know. Y'all let me know. Is it too far stretching the imagination to believe that across Xbox and PC, there would be 6.3 million standouts? Huh? Especially on PC? Those motherfuckers who spend $99 billion to build a rig only to pirate games? Huh? You don't think 6.3 million people across both of those ecosystems will sit there and say, well, you know what? Normally I would have bought this. But because it's coming to get, you don't think there's 6.3 million of those people out there? Now, again, to be fair, that all of those losses aren't associated to game sales, so that makes my point even broader. Maybe only half of that is associated to game sales. So you're not going to say 3 to 6 million people? You don't think 3.2 were holdouts waiting for this shit to go to Game Pass? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the Game Pass effect. And hence why you did not see a lot of advertisement for Game Pass for Call of Duty.
I still don't get it.
You don't get what?
Like that's ass backwards. If you don't want that shit in Game Pass, you don't
even
you
put
don't
it
market
in
it. Yeah, don't put it in fucking Game Pass then. Like what the fuck, man?
According to what we've heard from Tim and others, that was a fight between Phil Spencer and Satya Nadella that Satya Nadella just bent the knee on and said, okay, Phil. And I think I'm gonna make a wild ass assessment. From what we heard, right? And I don't know how much of this is true. Still doing Call of Duty day and date in the Game Pass was like the biggest fight that the Xbox people championed, right? And Phil Spencer won out on that. Phil Spencer and Matt Booty won out on that. And it's still not clear to me how much fucking Sarah Bond even cared. I don't even know if she cared. I don't know, but whatever. Because she clearly and purposefully, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. This is my assessment. You call me a jackass for making shit up, whatever. You don't put something like she did in that Bloomberg article. I got to put up Post-it notes to remind me how this motherfucker thinks. You don't put that out there unless you're trying to, extrapolate to the world. I'm different from these motherfuckers. I'm different from him. Like I need translation and I need help. I need HR to help me understand how this dude thinks. You don't even, why do you even put that out there? What does that serve? So I feel like Matt Booty and I feel like Phil Spencer were fighting this fight. I don't know if Sarah Bond is fighting this fight too. But they won out. And then Phil and Satya's probably like, okay, well, don't tell nobody. don't advertise this shit. Don't tell nobody. And that's the concession that they had to make. And this is my wild assessment, Cold Blood. Y'all can knock it or clip it or whatever. If my assessment is wrong, it's wrong. Well, this is my guess. We still don't know because Amy Hood is watching it. She's making assessments to say, okay, we have two ways to go about this. We can either put this shit in Game Pass day and date and take the risk of cannibalizing sales, or we cannot put it in their day and date and just live off the sales. Amy Hood and I feel Satya would rather just live off the sales, and they would rather probably make Game Pass after it sunsets, let's now put it in Game Pass, not a day and date thing, right? Or at least for its biggest titles, not a day and date thing. Where Phil won the fight to still keep the shit day and date, but in the higher tier. And my assessment is, remember how we said when we crunched the numbers, look, motherfuckers, in order for this to be worth it, motherfuckers have to be subscribed in Game Pass for 5 months to make up for the $70 sale. They're not in it for 5 months on average. You can forget about it. They would have lost potential revenue, which was a big stickler with Starfield. When they crunched the numbers, they said, this is how much we would make if we would put it on PlayStation. This is how much we actually got. We lost potential revenue. That's not good. So if after this, they actually lose potential revenue, I don't know if Phil's still there through the end of 2026. I think what you see, if they crunch the numbers and they find out that they're losing potential revenue, because look, there's been rumors that they want to use the sales on PlayStation and PC to subsidize Game Pass. Fuck that. If Game Pass ain't moving the needle, we don't have time to hemorrhage another dollar on this shit. It's either this shit is lucrative enough to make motherfuckers come to Game Pass or stay, or we live off the sales. We're not subsidizing shit with shit anymore. That's the aura that I'm getting. And I get like that whole let's subsidize Game Pass for what we get off of PlayStation. I feel like that's a Phil Spencer thing. Because they just spent $80 billion, $85 billion, or $75 billion to get Activision Blizzard. I don't think they want to subsidize anything. They want to recoup that fucking money as soon as possible. So when Amy crunches them numbers and say, this is what we projected we would have got had Call of Duty not been day and date in Game Pass, here's what we actually got. If what they actually got is significantly less than what they projected they would have got had they not put Call of Duty day and date in Game Pass, I don't think Phil makes it to the end of 2026. That's just my theory. Can be crazy. You can call me a boob. You can call me whatever you want. That's just my theory. All right, let me get to some more of these comments. He said, "True Virgil, no more cooning and making blacks look bad. You black Xbox fans all do it." Hey, Wilkins, why you gotta call him out, man? Oh shit, that's funny.
Wait, did True Virgil get owned?
Yeah, he just got owned. He got owned bad. He got owned big time. Everything going to
proud of
PlayStation.
Chad.
Yeah, he's everything going to PlayStation is to compromise that or raise the price of Game Pass to the point where nobody wants to be on it. Well, I mean, that kind of I think what you do is, look at things like GameFly. GameFly, if you want to rent 5 games at once on GameFly, you got to pay like what, $44 a month? Or that was like 7-8 years ago when I was subscribed to GameFly. And I'm like, look, I drop at least $60 a month on a game. Me having GameFly where I can get up to 5 games for $45 is a fucking steal, right? But think about it. GameFly was only giving you 5 games a month for $44, and they still were losing money. Xbox Game Pass is giving you hundreds of games for $20. Something's got to give. So I don't think you raise the price where you want people to use the product. You just got you got to bring it up to reasonable market value. And I just did some research. Game Pass has been going up annually. Like it went up in September of 2023, and it's going to go up. It went up September 2024. It's going to go up again in September 2025. Oh. Nathan G in the house. Good to see you, my brother. Devil Shooter's here.
Wait, whoa. Why are they lying on my fucking name? What happened? I don't look at chat 1 second, I come back and someone tells me I've got my PS5 traded in for fucking Series X. What? Are you fucking crazy?
Oh shit. I did see a funny video somewhere before we move. So I just wanted to put that out there. Like, you're going to see a lot of caps. Shout out to Doc. Doc, I love you, bro. But he's trying to play this villain. He's in an Xbox villain arc. I told you guys that we don't know what Call of Duty did for Game Pass systemically. if you're celebrating that it brought a lot of people during the launch month to Game Pass, I got some property to sell you, because that's the same abysmal shit that happened with Starfield. It's called a finesse. You don't want to praise the finesse. You want to hope that you got all those people that flooded to Game Pass for Call of Duty, and they stay on Game Pass. Because if they stay on Game Pass for at least 5 months, that makes up for any potential loss in not selling the game. That makes it worth it. But if they stay for less, it's a loss, because you now went from selling a game for 70 to letting people finesse it for 17 or 19, whatever, you know. Let's do this. There was a funny, so yeah, I wanted to bring that out because people were definitely trying to make it seem like that. Oh, and shout out for the follow for the new sponsor, El Apache, for becoming a member. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. You're gonna get some great calls. He want to see what that Dragon Age conversation was about. I can't blame you, brother. All right, here goes 2 videos that we got here. I want you guys to listen to.
I'm not gonna say anything. You're welcome, El Apache.
You just watch it. You gotta watch it. All right. Here we go. This is Cold Blood gifted him. Okay, shout out to Cold Blood gifted a membership, man. Let's do this. Where is the?
We did had one for a while. So
yeah, we haven't had. We haven't had one for a while. And yeah, man, if you guys want to give memberships, don't forget, we still have our member goals for streams and stuff like that. Here's what happened. I got to find a replacement for it. I haven't found one yet. I stopped paying for Streamlabs OBS. It was a ripoff. And so that's where I was getting the bars from. So that's why the only bar up there is the monthly bar, but we still have our goals for the week, and they're embedded in a thing. So yeah, Streamlabs, that's money that we can save in a kitty to go towards games. That I'm not going to pay them anymore. They were fucking ripping us off for horrible service. Where's the? Let's play this. This is from Linus Tech Tips. And this is what he's saying about the new Xbox. Let's hear it.
Microsoft just sent us their brand new Xbox. Time to make a whole video on all the big changes. Well, it's an Xbox Series X, all right, with no disk drive and some cost optimizations, and it's white. Microsoft just sent us their.
So that's Linus Tech Tips talking about the new Xbox. Here goes another one from Dreamwalker. I haven't even seen this one yet. Let's see what Dreamwalker got on here. He's a known PlayStation troll. Hopefully this.
Buy that too. Microsoft will acquire you. We don't need to make.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm sorry. Let's try. Let's do this again. This is from.
What does Xbox do? Buy that too. Microsoft will acquire you. We don't need to make good games. We have so much money. We have so much fucking money. Mojang, 2.5 billion. ZeniMax, 7.5 billion. Activision, Blizzard King, 69 billion. Shutting down studios and laying off a ton of devs, even though the FTC said, hey, don't do that after you acquired this whole thing. Priceless. But there is a price. The price is right. Watch it on Xbox all night. Keep it tight. What does Xbox do? Buy.
We gotta run that back. I like that shit.
And buy that too. Microsoft will acquire you. We don't need to make good games. We have so much money. We have so much fucking money. Mojang, 2.5 billion. ZeniMax, 7.5 billion. Activision, Blizzard King, 69 billion. Shutting down studios and laying off a ton of devs, even though the FTC said, hey, don't do that after you acquired this whole thing. Priceless. But there is a price. The price is right. Watch it on Xbox all night. Keep it tight. What is Xbox?
Why does this motherfucker have like a 1980s PC setup too? That shit was that was funny. Oh, priceless. All right. Yeah, a couple videos. I didn't see I haven't seen the second one at all, but I thought it would be comical to get into it. All right. Laugh out loud. Who was that guy? I don't know who this is. Dreamwalker put this up here, bro. I don't know who this is. This shit is funny. Oh, priceless. I wish I knew who it was. Go to Dreamwalker and ask him where the fuck he got that video from, bro. Why is Concord still littering my priceless? Don't tell me. Did I?
Is he wrong?
No.
Is he wrong though?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I said it in the beginning of the stream, bro. That shit is waiting till they get another chance to buy someone.
Mm-hmm.
And when they bought enough, bro, they're gonna have so much fucking power in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, ain't nobody gonna fuck with them at that point. Not even Sony. They're gonna be fucking dogs sitting right next to them.
They're gonna curate so much dog shit, it's gonna be ridiculous.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But Sony still will be like, oh, give us our food, please.
All right, so I want to read this article or go over the finer points of it. This is the Hiroki Totoki. Oh, God damn it. The Hideaki, Nishino, and the Herman Hulst. I'm so used to blasting Hiroki and Herman together. All right. This is from Variety magazine. So let's read this shit. Says, editor's note, Variety's interview with Sony Interactive CEOs Herman Hulst and Hideaki Nishino occurred on October 16th, prior to PlayStation's Tuesday announcement it's shutting down Firewalk Studios. SIE was unable to make studio business CEO Hulst available for additional comment or to clarify his previous comments about layoffs in the story ahead of the publication. So this spring, Sony CEO Kenichiro Yoshida turns heads when he picked two PlayStation vets to lead Sony Interactive Entertainment, Herman Hulst and Hideaki Nishino. After all, having co-CEOs is a potential recipe for friction. In their first interviews since assuming their new roles, they argue that the scale of the company behind the God of War and Spider-Man franchises has grown to require two operations that each need specialization leadership, a platform business run by Nishino and studio business headed by Hulst, which is understandable. Okay. This is not co-CEOs, it's two CEOs for the company. Nishino says, Herman runs his thing, I run my thing, and we get together to talk about how to grow the business. Nishino acknowledges the tension inherent in the structure, but spins it as a healthy dynamic. Growing the business for success has a conflict as well, how we impact each other or how we want to sacrifice or not. It's a balance, it's an opportunity and a risk to take part. Hulst estimates that 80% of their day-to-day time is spent managing their discrete areas. Really nice to have two devs at the helm. We both have engineering degrees. We both are pretty hands-on, he says, adding there needs to be huge trust, and we've worked together for a very long time. Let's see here. Nishino, okay. So it says Nishino became head of product in 2016 from 2021, was the platform experience group until he became CEO in 2024. Hulst came over from his chief post as Horizon maker, Guerrilla Games, which Sony acquired in 2005, and went on to become head of PlayStation Studios. It's an unpredictable time for PlayStation. SIE's Bungie studio laid off more than 200 staffers in July. In September, the company shut down Concord's live service games 2 weeks after its launch, August 23rd, then closed studio Firewalk, the maker of Concord and mobile-focused brand Neon Koi, earlier this week. PlayStation also was dinged over the $699 price tag for its PlayStation Pro console due out in November. At the time, PlayStation drew praise for new platformer Astrobot and has built back spread with fans with the announcement of Ghost of Tsushima sequel, Ghost of Yatai. Division is also riding high on anticipations for season 2 of HBO's mega hit adoption of PlayStation game The Last of Us and Amazon's new God of War series. Hulst and Nishino have adopted show, don't tell leadership style at PlayStation. It's important we convey our strategy, says Hulst, but at the end of the day, I'm with the creators a big chunk of the time. Nishino's on the same page. To me, product content, it should be forward-facing things. He says adding self-effacingly behind the scenes, who is the guy doing it, it doesn't matter. Okay, so with PlayStation 5 Pro coming out, here goes the questions. With PlayStation 5 Pro coming out very soon, we published a story. I wanted to ask, okay. And what are the plans? Okay, it says, so are you waiting for Nintendo to make the first move with the Switch 2 announcement before you get there? And what is the plan for rolling out Pro and making it clear who the product is for versus the actual next generation device? Nishino says, so we have done the Pro in the last generation. We have learned a lot from there. We are selling the PlayStation 4 Pro in addition to the PlayStation 4. 20% of customers actually got the PlayStation 4 Pro. It was high end. It was premium tier. So there are potential users acquiring those kind of units. Interestingly enough, it was not just about highly engaged users. Actually, new users comes to PlayStation to get the PS4 Pro as well. So we started working on the PlayStation 5 Pro even before PlayStation 5 launches. It was another 5-year project for us. So there was a conversation around whether we wanted to do another Pro or not. But the main thing was there are technologies we can grow up in 3 years' time or 5 years' time. So the innovation and technology advancement is more quicker in the modern world. Phones are updating every year. PCs are updating every year. I don't think we go every year updates, but there are things we can package together to bring the greatest into game consoles. So blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right. Let's see here. What else does he say? He says, I just wanted to say that the PlayStation 5 Pro is not a next gen. It is still PlayStation 5 generation. The PlayStation 5 Pro will do everything that the PlayStation 5 does. Okay. When it comes to the adaptation side, which has obviously revved up the PlayStation over the last few years with The Last of Us, God of War, I don't care. We don't care about TV. You all underwent layoffs earlier this year, similar to those that hit entire gaming industry in 2024. But Microsoft recently had new ones. You have all taken Concord offline. You had additional cuts at Bungie. What is the current outlook for PlayStation and expectation of studios and games being shut down moving forward? Hulst, I will say a few things on that. It's our duty to look at our resource planning and make sure that we run a sustainable business. That's part of being CEO. We never take that lightly because we know these people personally and very close to our hearts and the teams and good working atmospheres. But yes, we've had some layoffs, but it's also important to realize that on the content side, PlayStation Studios is now a much bigger organization than when it started. It's grown tremendously, and now it's organic growth that our existing teams, I think, hired quite aggressively, as well as through M&A. So the organization, the employment is much greater now than it was, let's say, for example, 5 years ago. Oh, and that's it. So they really didn't say much. Let me see here. Is anything? No, they really didn't say much. Oh, how do you balance on the development side, knowing that certain devices are going to hit? And what titles are you ready to announce tonight? I'm very excited about Ghost of Yatai next year, but I have the feeling there's another really big one you haven't announced yet, and we should need to be played on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Do you have big title announcements coming soon? We spend a lot of time, says Hulst, doing portfolio planning, and platform is part of that. So when we're doing our planning from early stages of PlayStation 5, it was really important to get really high quality titles on PlayStation 5 right out the gate. And that served us well and bought us the position of the PlayStation 5 that's really, really good. I think the other thing to say here is that the teams love tinkering with the hardware. They love the privilege of being involved in the hardware. And the hardware is not just the box, it's also the peripherals. And teams like Team Asobi on Astrobot, the team is a prime example of early on helping design in addition to some schemes. The hardware features of the controller creating demos for, okay, whatever. Herman likes to not double speak, but give you a lot of fluff like Phil. So we're involved in that. We enjoy that very much. Same with the PlayStation 5 Pro, both of them. This is, if there's feedback, okay, in all the, yeah, he's not saying anything. He's not really conveying anything important. So they sat down with Variety and said a bunch of shit that we've already know. There's really nothing to derive from that. Did you have any questions or comments about what was just read, Cold Blood, or do you even care?
No.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Last but not least, let's talk about some games, man. Cold Blood. Before I talk about my experience with it, which was very short, can you give us some thoughts on first Call of Duty Black Ops? What's been your experience with the game so far, and what are your initial thoughts of it?
Campaign is a fucking mess. They're just crashing constantly. I don't know what the fuck I have to do to make it run stable.
Yeah.
Multiplayer, as long as this fucking skill-based matchmaking is in the game, it just sucks out all the fun out of it. Like every game, you gotta be locked in. You can't have fun with some experimental shit. Not really, because you're gonna get your ass fucking whooped. The only thing I like is this zombies mode.
Okay. What you like about it?
Well, I just like zombies, and this is the round-based zombies I fucking love.
I'm hearing a lot.
Not like the fucking dog shit Modern Warfare 3 one.
I'm hearing that the zombies is real good. I'm gonna try. Yeah, we gotta get. And if I get some time, we gotta get some games in together. Yeah, that I'm hearing a lot of good stuff about the zombies.
Yeah, we can try to do the Easter egg if you want to.
Yeah. Well, so what's overall? What would you rate it so far based off of how long you've been playing it and what you've been playing? Just the entire game.
Well, do you want me to rate it on a fucking scale or what?
Yeah, scale 1 to 10. Yeah.
Campaign, no score, cause I just can't play it. Multiplayer is a fucking 5 out of 10. Like,
Damn.
It's just more Call of Duty. And the zombies, that's the only thing I really enjoy right now.
Okay. So what would you give that, like an 8?
No,
Oh.
it's more like a fucking 6 at best.
Oh, damn. The zombies part, you give a 6?
No, everything
overall.
together.
Everything together. Okay. What would you rate if you just were rating zombies? What would you rate the zombies?
Right now, 7.5.
7.5? Okay. Oh no, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But I wait for the next map to really say how it's gonna be. I mean, the score.
Gotcha. That's cool. Well, I did get in the campaign. I only got like 30 minutes in because of what Cold Blood spoke of. Just glitching, and then I played through GeForce Now, which, oh my God, like that was the worst integration ever. Like, I don't know who needs to be slapped around GeForce Now.
Oh yeah, COD HQ, bro. Get that shit off Call of Duty.
Like, just please, just remove that, please. It's such a fucking waste, and it just makes things even worse and even more complicated. Like, you're not helping anything. Yeah. But when I got in and I played it, it was okay. It was all right. I mean, it looks good. Visuals look good, but the guns they didn't feel super, the guns felt okay. They weren't super snappy. And I didn't feel like the audio. I didn't, and I, you know, the do, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really feel, I don't feel like they took advantage of my DualSense all like that either, which makes sense because now that they're owned by Xbox, it shouldn't matter because Xbox is bent to knee anyway, but they really didn't, like, I don't really feel it through my DualSense like I would expect a Call of Duty game to feel. All right, well, that was that. Real Royal Vision says still no issues on PlayStation 5, still loving it. Prestige Nuketown all weekend. Code might need to get good. Real. I don't think you know who you talking to, bro. I don't think you know do you know how I met Cold Blood? I met Cold Blood through the Broadband Bullies because when we were going up against other people, Cold Blood was the one that was carrying the team. Him and I forgot the other guy, True Vexel, whatever the other guy's name was. But Cold Blood was mainly Cold Blood carrying the team through Call of Duty. I don't think you want to 1v1 my bro, because I put $100,000 on that one. $100,000. Yes, I don't think getting good. I don't think getting good is Cold Blood's problem and shit. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. He says, "Oh, he the island with the sweets. I'm in normal people matchmaking. Yeah, bro. Yeah." Monster Hunter Wilds, Cold Blood. How did you feel about the beta? We heard you give it a 10 out of 10, but if you could break that down a little bit, how come you like that so much? Why you think
it's Monster Hunter back to its best form, like it was with World.
Okay.
Like, bro, what else is there to say? It's the best Monster Hunter experience you can have.
Oh.
And what I played, bro, it was amazing.
Yeah.
The monster designs, bro. The how they changed the fucking map and shit, bro. It looks amazing. And now that you no longer have a loading screen between going to the hunt, yo, that's so nice. Like, people that don't play Monster Hunter won't even appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because that's amazing. Now you can end the quest and just roam around. You don't have to go back to the village. It's great, bro. It's finally Monster Hunter next gen, bro.
Okay. Oh, cool. Okay. Geek to Snake said that's gonna be on his radar. Romance and Saga 2's coming out this weekend too. God damn it! I wish
it's already out.
Oh, it's out. Fuck. I need more time to play games, man. I need to hit the lottery so I don't have to work.
You only need time to play Dragon Age.
You almost make me say something that was going to get me in trouble, but I digress.
Say it.
No,
say
speaking of Dragon Age, yeah. So I did play Dragon Age. I've brushed in the public shows some of my concerns. I'll just boil it down to this. I know there's a lot of debate about the politics behind some of the stuff that's put in the game. I'm not going to touch that here. I'm just going to say, or what side, if I agree with them or not. I'm just going to simply say this. I personally don't want to see the type of political billboarding in games the way that we've seen them here, or in some of the examples that I've seen here. I didn't like what I saw, and it wasn't just me that said that. The aforementioned Biscuit for the Biscuit. Here, let me show you guys real quick. He's someone that if you look at his thread, you could surmise that he agrees with the politics that are in the game. And he's even saying, look, man, what did he say here? He says, Bioware, to be clear, I'm not against diversity, equity, and inclusion. What you've done here is flat out damage the reputation of DEI. This is exactly the wrong way to write this topic into your story. It's a sledgehammer with no subtlety, with nothing subtle in it. There's no nuance here. I'm not a story writer. Clearly, neither are you. Even I could subtly weave in the point you're making without ever directly just saying it. This is shoehorning DEI. This is what annoys, for some idiots, enrages a community. EA, where's your oversight here? You couldn't call this out. And then he gives his example of it. And if you look at Risking for the Biscuits thread, he goes after Grums. He supports, other, efforts that some people would label DEI, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it's not just me, who I gave my own, I guess you could consider DEI type of personal experience that I've had, that I don't even want to see that shit in the game, right? I gatekeep against that type of stuff. Only if the game is set in like a political setting, like Mafia 3 or a Vietnam game, where you have no choice, a wartime Vietnam game where you have no choice but to address some of the political stuff in there. And we were talking about, shout out to Juice. We were in the members chat and we were talking about, he was like, look, man, some of the things that are being covered here aren't new. And he broke down a scenario in a prior Dragon Age, where I guess there's a gay character that the father tries to use magic to make non-gay. That's a clever way to write around something like that. Not this. Not what we see here in this particular snippet that's making its rounds, right? So I was concerned because I have problems, even if it's politics that I agree with. I don't want to see it shoehorned in a game like this, like the way Risk It to Biscuit talks about. Here's what I discovered though. I think this game, and it was done advertently because of some of the people that were involved wanted this to happen. This game has been hijacked by cultural wars. You have people that are on the side of quote unquote Grums or whatever versus the people that hate Grums and they're going at it. Where I think the true story is in the middle. This game is mid. It's mediocre. The only thing that is exceptionally done well in this game are the visuals. The combat is mediocre. The storytelling is horrific. And just the tone of the game seems juvenile and pedestrian. And Cold Blood can vouch for this. I tried. And people in the DMs that I talked to, I tried to be as impartial as possible when judging this game. But the more and more I played it, and granted, I'm only 2 hours in, but the more and more I played it, the more and more the assessment that Maddie made was ringing true. So I'm going to give it 5 hours before I either decide to just stop where I'm at and just be like, it is what it is. Cause I fucking refuse. I am not jumping down that rabbit hole. Oh, you got to play Starfield for 30 hours cause it gets good after 30. I'm not doing that shit. I should know what this game is after 5 hours. After 5 hours, that's it. Or it's either that's it, or I'm so enlightened, I'm gonna keep going. But right now, for when I'm playing, this game does not deserve the attention that it's getting. It is mid, and I'm comfortable in saying that, even though I'm still gonna give it 3 more hours, because when I play Dragon's Dogma, as much as you guys see me attack that game because of its performance, one thing I cannot hold Dragon's Dogma on, and it's not the best looking game either, but the one thing that I cannot hold Dragon's Dogma on is the moment I popped that motherfucker in, and the first time I started swinging a sword, the combat compelled me. I am not compelled by this combat at all. I know it looks cool to some of you guys, but play it, like the impact, it just feels very pedestrian, very dull, very uninspiring, and very juvenile. No presentation and tone of the game. And then the story writing is horrific. And the characters, they're annoying at times. So I'm not really enlightened by this. I'm going to continue on, but I'm not enlightened by the story. And I really feel like that the culture war aspect of this game hijacked it and is getting a lot of attention it doesn't deserve. And I'm really aligned. And so far, I'm aligned to what Maddie has said about the game. Those are just my thoughts. I don't know if Cold Blood wants to add anything else, but if you want even more details about more gritty, unbarred, unfiltered takes from us on this and some more of the elements of this, you can definitely check out the member stream. But at Cold Blood, to roll us out of here before I just read the final comments, did you have any final thoughts on Dragon Age Veilguard besides you being non-binary?
By the way, I'm non-binary.
Oh God!
You're laughing at this. Do some push-ups. I don't. I want an apology in push-ups. Come on. Nah. Man, fuck this game. Like, bro, that's my fucking message. Fuck this game. Seriously. I'd rather play Black Ops right now than this. That should tell you.
Yeah. Oh shoot. Yeah, I think that's fair, and I think we can close out on that. We'll read some more. We'll read some final comments. Oh no, the last one is Horizon Zero Dawn remaster looks absolutely out of this world. Can't wait to try. Yeah, you know what? I'm seeing a lot of great stuff about how that looks. I don't. Cold Blood, is that something you would give a try? You're like, nah.
Which game?
Horizon Zero Dawn, the remaster.
Why would I?
I don't know.
No. I platinumed the original. Why should I play the remaster now?
Don't you want to see it in all its pretty bells and whistles now?
But I had Forbidden West for a long time, so I know how it looks.
Yeah. Oh man. I gotta finish Forbidden West. All right. Well, that is our show, my friends. Cold Blood, are you going into work tonight, or you're off?
No, I'm probably gonna stream some Black Ops for you guys.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, shit, great minds thinking, great non-binary minds thinking alike. No, let me stop.
Because it's double XP weekend.
Oh so shit! Yeah,
play a little bit. If y'all want to join, you can join me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And hop in. Yup. And let me do this. Let me put a link to the Discord, or do you want me not to do that?
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, because he'll be in like the open public channel. Join Cold Blood in Discord as he plays Pop 6. And I'm warning y'all, don't come in with no bullshit now. I'm looking at you, Casey. No, don't come in with no bullshit thinking Cold Blood's gonna be like, oh, he's gonna be nice to you. No, I'm just fine. Here goes the link. There it goes right there. So check it out. All right. I'm actually going to wipe my, what's it called? Well, I got to talk to my wife a little bit. I'm going to wipe my, my PlayStation. Oh no. We'll talk about that later. With that said, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna end the stream. Let's take a look at what the stream says. The stream